The Pakistan military has successfully conducted a flight test of the indigenous Taimoor air-launched cruise missile. Inter-Services Public Relations, ISPR, confirmed that the missile, with a range of 600 kilometers, successfully engaged a sea-based target with high precision. Designed to evade advanced air defense systems, the Taimoor features terrain-hugging capabilities and stealth technology. Defense analysts term this test a significant boost to Pakistan's conventional deterrence, providing the Air Force with a potent standoff capability against high-value maritime and land targets. Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar has arrived in Beijing to co-chair the 7th Pakistan-China Strategic Dialogue. The high-level visit aims to finalize the roadmap for the next phase of CPEC, with a specific focus on industrial cooperation and agricultural modernization. Sources indicate that Mr. Dar will also discuss financial support mechanisms and the rescheduling of debt payments to ease Islamabad's balance of payments. The talks underscore the Iron Brother partnership as both nations prepare to celebrate the 75th anniversary of diplomatic ties. A major milestone for air power in South Asia, the Pakistan Air Force's first squadron of J-35A stealth fighters has officially achieved high-readiness status. This certification confirms that the fifth-generation aircraft are now fully integrated into the PAF's combat order of battle. The J-35A provides the PAF with first-look, first-shot capabilities, neutralizing the technological gap created by recent regional acquisitions. The squadron is reportedly stationed at an operational base in the southern sector, ready for immediate tactical deployment. Economic pragmatism is driving a quiet reset in Pakistan-US relations. Recent data shows a 16.3% surge in bilateral trade, driven largely by IT exports and a shift in Islamabad's foreign policy toward geoeconomics. Officials note that cooperation is moving away from the traditional security-centric lens toward business connectivity and green energy. This trade uptick signals Washington's renewed interest in Pakistan's tech sector, offering a stabilizing pillar for relations that have historically been volatile. We move now to From Gwadar to Washington. This is Pak Geo Defense Update, Pakistan's voice in the world of defense and geopolitics. Please subscribe. Islamabad has officially authorized the UK's Norse Atlantic Airways to operate direct flights to Pakistan. The low-cost carrier is set to launch non-stop services from London, Manchester, and Birmingham directly to Islamabad. Officials confirm this move is designed to break existing monopolies and drive down ticket prices through fresh competition. With PA also preparing to resume its European routes, the Pakistani diaspora can finally look forward to more affordable and convenient travel options in the months ahead. Dhaka, where the political temperature is reaching a boiling point ahead of the general elections scheduled for February 12. Election authorities have finalized massive security arrangements, deploying paramilitary forces to all 64 districts to maintain order. In a historic first, the Election Commission has introduced postal voting to accommodate elderly citizens and the diaspora, a move aimed at boosting turnout. However, the atmosphere remains tense. Opposition parties are holding large rallies, demanding guarantees of neutrality, while the ruling coalition campaigns on its record of infrastructure development. International observers are closely monitoring the process, as the outcome of this vote will determine the trajectory of Bangladesh's democracy and its economic stability in a polarized region. In a groundbreaking development for military aviation, Azerbaijan has become the first nation to operationally deploy the Turkish SOM-Ş cruise missile on a Soviet legacy platform. The Azerbaijani Air Force has successfully integrated this NATO standard, high-precision cruise missile onto its fleet of Su-25 Frogfoot attack jets. This integration is technically significant as it bridges the gap between Western smart munitions and Eastern Bloc airframes, a feat rarely achieved due to software incompatibilities. Defense experts say this hybridization allows Baku to conduct deep strike operations with high lethality without needing to purchase expensive new Western aircraft. It also highlights Turkey's growing role as a defense solution provider that can modernize legacy fleets across Central Asia and the Caucasus. Across the border, New Delhi is grappling with a severe diplomatic stress test. 2025 is shaping up to be a crisis year for India's flagship Neighbourhood First policy. From the Maldives to Nepal, and now with shifting dynamics in Bangladesh, India's traditional sphere of influence is facing unprecedented challenges. Critics in New Delhi argue that a muscular foreign policy combined with domestic political rhetoric has alienated smaller neighbours, pushing them closer to Beijing's orbit. The report highlights that anti-India sentiment is increasingly becoming a winning platform in regional elections. This loss of strategic leverage is forcing South Bloc to rethink its engagement strategy, as the cost of diplomatic complacency becomes visibly high in its own backyard. Tensions in the Pacific have escalated sharply this morning. North Korea has fired a ballistic missile toward the East Sea, prompting air raid sirens in parts of Japan. Seoul's Joint Chiefs of Staff confirm the projectile flew approximately 900 kilometers before splashing down outside Japan's exclusive economic zone. This launch is viewed as a direct message of defiance following recent trilateral naval drills between the US, South Korea, and Japan. Pyongyang has stated that its missile program is a sovereign right to counter what it terms imperialist encirclement. The launch complicates the security calculus for the region, with Tokyo calling an emergency National Security Council meeting to discuss upgrading its missile defense posture in response to the increasing frequency and sophistication of these tests. Finally, we look at the new economic doctrine taking root in Islamabad. The government has formally adopted a policy prioritizing investment security over ideological alignment. This shift is the driving philosophy behind the Special Investment Facilitation Council, SIFC. Pakistan is effectively declaring that its market is open to capital from any bloc, east or west, guaranteeing the safety of investments regardless of geopolitical headwinds. By delinking economic partnerships from diplomatic disputes, Islamabad aims to replicate the Vietnam model of commercial neutrality. Analysts say this pragmatic approach is essential for survival. It signals to global investors that their assets in Pakistan will be shielded from the volatility of foreign policy, focusing strictly on ROI and stability rather than political alliances. That's enough for today. Share your thoughts in comments section, and please answer today's question.